Anyone want to go with a mastermind? Or I've got something. All right. Again, I think this is magic, this whole place, because today I experienced, not that I got to every hour or that I wanted to, but just the cycle of OP in a day and kicking it off with faith, and then just getting a slice of decide before I moved on, and then came back for a little bit of fearless, and then I got back into the Brenda, I got into my vision. So thinking about all that, but boundaries, of course, it's been something I've been thinking about throughout the course of the day, and refreshing. A lot of what I'm up against for a challenge for myself is holding myself accountable. And it's curious, I know we've shared a lot with the boundary conversation, but where refreshing is, I have to tell you, if I looked back on the calendar for the last 2 years, I haven't, successfully conquered all these, challenges of trying to stick to my game plan, whether it's healthy eating and carving out sweets and alcohol and things like that. I don't know how, I know I can get there. I just curious, anyone has any advice, what you do to kind of create some successes?
Well, I won't. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but Tammy, I know that you heard me talk about the 75 hard challenge that I'm in right now, and that really is refreshing to see how it can be flexible for your life, but the structure is there. Like the structure of what you check off each day, it is all intentional and on purpose. But when I first looked at it, I thought it was crazy. I was like, no way, not doing that stuff. That's too strict. That's just not the lifestyle I want. But when you actually look at it, it doesn't tell you how to work out. It doesn't tell you what food to eat. It doesn't tell you what kind of books to read. Like it is flexible with what you need in your life, but the structure is to support building healthy habits that support a lifestyle more than, other things. So that's really what I can say, like attest to over the last year and a half, that has been a game changer for me. Taking that challenge and just daily making the choices and deciding what serves my mind and my body, and how it feels when I do what I said I was going to do and what I said I wanted to do.
I think you hit the nail on the head. It's a lifestyle change. That's how I'm going to need to approach this. That I've got to be all in, or I'm not going to get it. Maybe, and I know we have to frame things for ourselves. So just like we use these next 40 minutes for our own intention. So we're here. I'll let you go, and I'll see you back at the top of the hour. Thanks, Beck. What do I have? I kind of laid it on a little thick when we cut off there, and just putting myself out there. And I did go when I signed up for the 75 hard.
Awesome.
And then I realized, I'm like, wow, we'll see. Because I extended an invite to my husband. I thought that would make it easy too. He's not in. But I kind of refreshed myself, thinking it's day by day. I don't know, something about this community that, if I say it out here, I've got to follow through.
Yeah. When you asked that question, I was like, I got nothing for you, because I can only be consistent so long, and then I stop. But there are certain things that I am committed to getting back to. So I'm not going to beat myself up if I miss a couple days. I just know that I'm going to get back to it. And like my morning routine, like since school started, I haven't really been able to do it very often, because I have to wake up even earlier to be able to do it than I have been. And so like today I woke up at 5. So I had time to do my morning routine. But that doesn't happen every day. If I wake up at 6:25, I don't got no time to do my morning routine. So I haven't been beating myself up about it. I just say, okay, I missed it today. I'll get back to it. So that's kind of like how I look at things. If I have a really hard day and I eat a lot of chocolate, I don't beat myself up. I'll say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to try to eat less.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a lot more flexible. Like Beck was saying, there's flexibility in the structure of what she's doing. But for me to do something consistently for 75 days, that's something that I have probably never have done.
Yeah. See, for me, that's part of the thrill of the excitement. Like, bring on that challenge. Can I do it? I've done it for 31. I've committed to something, but never beyond that.
Yeah. And I start off with this, I'm going to do it. And then, something stops me. But, when I said that I probably haven't done anything that consistent that long, that's actually not true. When I was a missionary for my church, I followed the rules. So I did things every single day for the 18 months that I was out, every day, because that was the rule. So I can't say that.
And that's a whole lot longer than 75 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
So I guess when there's that level of commitment, then I can do it. But I haven't had any level. I haven't had that again since then. So,
well, maybe, for some of us, it might come multiple occasions or forms, but sometimes too, it's like a one and done. I've talked to people who are like, I just wanted to do a marathon once. And then they're done. They're like, I did it. Check.
yeah.
Maybe there's just that drive, and it's part of a competition you have with yourself. Like we talked about that earlier today. I think that was an earlier conversation with Beck. Like, and I know it was through the vision hour, just competing with yourself from the day before, how we want to grow better. So I get it, but yeah, it's probably easier to, I don't know. This isn't.
I don't necessarily compete with who I was the day before either. I just strive to do my best every day, and that's going to be different every day. So if I can just say I did my best, then that's good for me. Because some days I might be on a total low and the day before I wasn't. So to compete against who I was the day before my low wouldn't be very fair to me. So, but I get the concept of it though, I get the intention behind the statement, but for me, I have to word it differently.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It seems a little fierce for me, but because I get the different moods. You're in a different place some days. Yeah, just to show up.
Yeah, but I've learned how to be really compassionate with myself because I have bipolar. So, or I am bipolar. I don't know what you say. And so not everything is in my control. If I'm on a really bad low, or if I'm in a manic state, which my manics are not that bad. I have bipolar too. You know, I don't have control over that. I only have control of how I react to it. So I judge myself on the reaction, how I'm reacting, than the fact that I have that to react to, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I mean, well, and then somewhat of a similar challenge I have is, and I think many of us, our choice of reacting, sometimes in that moment, especially with kids where, you're thinking, oh, I'm setting an example. I don't always react as ideal or setting a great example, but I try to, right? Yeah, and then through the course of your day, I know sometimes the choices are easier and they're just clearer and it's seamless. Other times, not so much.
Yeah.
That's where we refresh and we get to start another day or another hour.
That's right. Anytime you can start over. Putting me on the spot.
No. All right. So literally, like, how do you do it? You've got 4 children,
I have 6.
6 kids, and you're an entrepreneur. How do you refresh day to day?
Well, I don't know if it's refresh. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could call it that, but refresh has a much more positive note to me than probably what it is that I do. But once I'm done, I call it, I check out. But I think it could be refresh. I'm refreshing my cup of energy. I usually watch TV and I lay on my couch and get comfy. And you know, I love it when my kids come and sit with me and watch what I'm watching, and then we have like little side conversations about the show or whatever. But that doesn't always happen. But and that's what I do until I can like get back up and go make dinner or eat dinner, because my husband cooks a lot. He likes to cook, you know, or go to bed. So that kind of like puts me, you know, back in a place where I can then go to bed and get up the next day and do it all over again. Though I feel like I watch too much TV. So it's finding that sweet spot between, you know, getting in what I need to kind of relax my brain. Because it's really my brain that I'm trying to get to relax, because I've been thinking nonstop, because my job is basically thinking, right? I'm just sitting here. It's not physically taxing, but my brain is constantly going. So the TV kind of helps it mellow and just relax. And I'm usually watching shows I've already watched more than once. So I don't need to pay attention. It's just noise and familiarity. And I get comfy on the couch and it lets me just relax, right? But then at what point do I then need to get up, you know, and re-engage? So that's the new challenge of figuring that out.
That's a tough one, because when you're in that relaxed state, it's hard to switch gears unless you look for just some unexpected interruption. You're like, yep, this is my moment. Like, I gotta get moving. But I've had many nights too where I'll be on the couch and I wake up and I'm got the TV on. And yeah, it was so comfortable. I just fell asleep.
Yeah. But I got, you know, lots of people to connect with here in my house. So I want to re-engage after I've been working all day. Or I'll take like little moments within the work to engage. Like just now, meeting, you know, having some time with my girls and hearing about their day and what's going on and all of that kind of stuff. So I try to fit that in so that I'm still giving time to both sides of me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's awesome. And you're right. I mean, there's no, I don't think we said it, but the word balance, that's just, it's a pull, it's a give and take. Um, I think, you've got a pretty good handle on everything. And it just, you take those moments, those are precious. And I'm still kind of figuring out how fortunate I am to have them, being that I've been working from home this past year, and recognizing that when I do look for them or the kids come in, I have to take advantage. Like you had, when you shared, well, my 13-year-old wants to talk to me. Well, sometimes that's not an option for me, but sometimes I'm like, yeah, come on in. I want to hear, because those are the moments that, you're going to remember. I think we're going to be grateful for in years to come.
yeah.
It's good. All right. I'm sure. Whoop, we're at 7:10. Just knew it. All right. I'm going to hit this.
Into like plugging into something that you're passionate about, or plugging into something that fills you up, because watching TV doesn't necessarily fill me up. It kind of lets me relax.
Sure.
Right. So it's kind of unplugging, but so it's knowing when you need to plug in and knowing when you need to unplug. So really being in tune with your body, really in tune with and connected to yourself emotionally, and mentally, and what is it that's really going to serve you in that moment? Is it unplugging or is it plugging in?
Yeah, just stop, hit pause, and check, kind of do that body check. For sure. I will borrow that, because I totally get that, where we need to plug in. We're always in the idea of let's unplug, which it's good. I've discovered too, I need to power off, like my phone. And you're right. You're exactly right. Where sometimes it doesn't work. Just like we, kind of run out of juice. And have to shut her down. Put it to the side.
Put it to sleep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then to plug in, I guess, like you said, just to, I guess for me, to plug into like the affirmations, or just what my intention would be for the day. And that sometimes is my plug. Like, okay, and maybe it's fearless. I'm like, hey, I've got a big agenda today, and I need to show up. And gosh, when I say that, like, there is something with that whole word. You feel it, just say it, think it. It kind of gives you that. It does give you an extra boost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a powerful word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I love that. I think our intentions, plugging into our intentions, can definitely be a powerful way to address the day, or a situation or a conversation, but I think your action hours are a plug-in time. I mean, I know mine are. I plug into OPWP, and I get that energy exchange from it. I feel better. I feel empowered, and then at the end of the action hour, sometimes I still stay plugged in, even though I'm going off and doing something else. It's still I can't say the word, powering me. Even after the action hour is over, I'm still getting juice from it, so I think that's a plug-in situation as well. It doesn't have to be an actual I don't know, because that is an activity, but it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm going to plug in by going and being creative, because sometimes when you have like this, small idea of what plugging in could look like, then it becomes a little overwhelming. You're like, well, I don't want to do that right now, but I feel like I need to plug in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
And sometimes it's just a pull. Something's just tugging for him. Like, well, let me see. Is there an hour on? And you just show up. You don't always have to just. You can just kind of stay back and soak it up.
there
Then
are
you get that energy. Like,
yeah. There are so many times where I show up for an action hour and they're like, Kelly, what's your intention? I'm like, I have no idea. I just wanted to be here. I'll think of something to do because there's always something to do. But I didn't come here with an intention of, oh, I want to get this done. Let me show up for the action hour. It was like, oh, I want to plug in to OPWP. I'm going to show up for the action hour. That's the intention, is to plug into the community. So I do that just by showing up. I don't have to actually do anything.
yeah,
I mean, I find something to do, but you
I
know,
agree. Well, and of course, we inspire each other. So sometimes you didn't have an idea, and now somebody gave you a great idea. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
lady, it's almost 8 o'clock here.
I know you got some late hours.
Yeah. And
The sun's down where you
up.
are. Look, here's some sunshine for you.
Oh, thank you.
The sun's gonna be up for a while, so here.
It is nuts. Our days are shorter. Yes. So nights, these are a big boost in kind of getting me off on the right track. It gives me a little discipline, but drive at the same time. And I get to connect, which is the most beautiful part. I get to connect with everybody. Ooh, one of my dog's gonna connect with somebody. But fun to catch up.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd love to meet up with you, talk more about getting fearless.
Yeah. I will reach out. I'm getting there. All right. Well, lady, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you soon.
You.
Okay.
You too.